there's a tenet of biblical interpretation we have to remember. The Bible can never say now what it would have never meant then. The Bible can never mean something now that it would have never meant then, right? So we've talked about these ideas before. We can't use the Bible to tell us how much screen time our kids should use on their iPhones or their iPads. We can't use the Bible to tell us what's an appropriate dating relationship. We can't use the Bible to teach us what to do when it comes to gun reform. We can't use it. It doesn't talk about it. We can take big principles and apply them, but the Bible can't mean now what it would have never meant then, and we don't want to shoehorn it into saying something it didn't. The flip side of that biblical interpretation rule is this. When we expect the Bible to say something that it would have made no sense at that time for the Bible to say, we are expecting the text to do something it never would have done. I'll give you an example. Some people ask, well, Jesus doesn't explicitly say in Scripture to tithe. You're right, but he also lived in a culture where you would never find a baptized believing Jew or anyone in that culture that wasn't intimately involved in their local church, their local synagogue. It was a religious society. Everybody in the club was tithing. Everybody, okay? That means everyone. Everyone was involved in that. Jesus never says, go to church on Sundays. Do you want to know why? He would have never missed it. Sabbath was central to the Jewish culture. So when we say, well, if Jesus doesn't tell me to go to church, I'm not going to go to church. The problem is when you watch his life, he did it every week. So when he says, follow me, when we ask the question, what does it mean to follow Christ, to do the things that he did, we can't set up and move the field goal posts to go, well, I'm going to follow Jesus. Well, he went to church every week. Well, he didn't tell me to, right? Of course he didn't. If you told someone in that day and age, you should make the Sabbath important in your family, they would have said, "Duh. Of course it's important to us." Their problem was creating over-importance, not to create importance. So that wouldn't have been an issue. That'd be like telling the modern American family, you should really involve your kids in competitive sports. We already know. We actually have to talk and go, we got to be careful at how, right? The Bible is going to caution against the over, not the under. So the Bible isn't going to talk about, you should really think that church is important. You should really that's what everyone did. So we can't set it up and go, well, if he doesn't say it explicitly, well, he said it implicitly. How? He lived it out.